Welcome to a new episode of Around the Big Ten. I'm your host, Lucy Rohden. Last week, I gave you a closer look at Maryland football and their injury issues. And this week, I'm going to take you through, well, you guessed it, Indiana football. IU finished the year at 5-7 with a 2-7 conference record. Despite not making it to a bowl game, 5 wins is still pretty impressive considering the Hoosiers were led by a new head coach in Tom Allen. Under Allen, we saw a different offensive system than the typical high-powered offense that we're used to at IU, especially in the run game, where the Hoosiers finished 12th in the conference in rushing yards. Indiana will lose 3 running backs to transfers, but will bring in 2018 recruit Ronnie Walker, who ranks in the top 20 nationally in his position. Looking at the quarterback spot, Indiana kind of had an odd year where they managed to somewhat successfully utilize 2 quarterbacks in senior transfer, Richard Legow and redshirt freshman Peyton Ramsey. Ramsey came in early in the year when Legow struggled, but they both saw significant playing time throughout the season. But with Legow graduating, Ramsey should be the sole leader of the offense next season, and Hoosier fans should be super excited for his future. Indiana is also returning a sufficient amount of talent on the offensive line and at the skill positions. However, Indiana is losing their standout wide receiver, Simi Cobbs. Cobbs was a consensus All-Big Ten selection with 72 catches for 841 receiving yards. Indiana also lost wide receiver Taseer Mack, who announced he would be transferring to Pitt. When Indiana brought in Tom Allen, they were hoping it would help them actually be able to play some defense for once, and things did improve for the Hoosiers on that side of the ball, where they finished 6th in the Big Ten. This success is in part thanks to standout linebacker T. Ray Scales. Scales led the Big Ten in tackles in 2016 and came back in 2017 for his senior season. Scales is going to be a really tough player to replace, and his absence leaves a huge hole in that defense. Indiana is also losing a good chunk of their D-line to graduation, as well as Rashard Fant and several key members of their defensive back unit. It's definitely poised to be a rebuilding year on the defensive side of the ball for the Hoosiers. But looking ahead to 2018, Indiana will open their season on the road at Florida International and then face Virginia at home. Then open up Big Ten play in B-Town against a very good Michigan State team. Their Big Ten West crossovers include 2 home matchups against Iowa and Purdue and a trip to Minnesota. Indiana's toughest game looks like it'll be a road trip to Columbus. Being a bottom feeder of the Big Ten East has really put Indiana in a bind, where their schedule isn't going to allow them to catch a break or start to show signs of improvement. And I think it's too early to see if Tom Allen is going to be successful in Bloomington, but he is taking the defense in the right direction. However, with the losses they have on that side of the ball, it's not going to look that way next season. On the offensive side of the ball, I expect another solid year of IU, and I think Peyton Ramsey has the potential to be a very good quarterback for the Hoosiers. There are 3 things guaranteed in life: death, taxes, and an insanely productive Indiana offense. But that's all I've got for you on the Hoosiers. Be sure to check back in next week, where I will give you a closer look at my man PJ Fleck and the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Also, be sure to tune in to DITV every morning live at 8:30. Once again, I'm Lucy Rohden, and thanks so much for watching.